What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. And in the last one, we added this platform that doesn't work. Well, it moves, but you can't hop on it. So that's what we're going to be fixing on this one. Let's see where we went wrong. So, moving platform, did we not? Okay, we did click the is trigger. Um, okay, let me pull up Gemini. All right, so Gemini's up and in front of your screen, hopefully. Let's see where if we actually missed any of these steps. Copied and pasted over the script, so nothing. I can't think how copy and paste would be missed. Let me just go back to our code, moving platforms. .cs. Alrighty, so on collision exit to D, on collision exit to D. So it looks like we didn't mess up anything copy and paste wise. How about these steps? Create a sprite for your platform in the scene, add box collider to D, attach the moving platform script, create a few empty game objects to act as a point. All right. Hmm. What about the layer? What if without asking Gemini, if I had to try something out, that would be changing the layer from default to ground and see if that does the trick. Da, 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 da. Nope, still nothing. Still nothing. Okay, so go back to default. Box collider to D is trigger. Mm, what could be our issue? Okay, well, maybe only Gemini can answer that question because I am confused. So let me grab a screenshot. Back to Gemini, paste. All right, and let me copy and paste Unity setup. I've followed these instructions. I have followed these steps. Moving platform. Okay, first of all, I want to specify, and I just used a square sprite for now instead of using an art asset sprite. I plan on updating the sprite square to an art later once we have everything functioning correctly. I have performed the following. Moving platform is moving between our two empty game objects. However, the player falls right through the platform. There's no collision happening. Okay. There are two quick settings in the inspector that need to be adjusted. Uncheck is trigger. Didn't it tell me to check is trigger in the past? Let me see. Is trigger. I'm sure. Oh, it said unchecked and I checked it. That makes sense. Okay. Solid collision will be restored once we uncheck this is trigger box and then set the layer to ground, so which is something we did and then undid because it didn't fix our problem. But seems like the only issue is this is trigger check, so unchecked it. And let's test it out. Oh no, I need the double jump power. All right, there we go. Nice. It stays in that jumping animation mode. See the animation. So I wonder if I change the layer to ground, whether that animation fixes itself. All right, one more time. Boom. Yes. Perfect. This is perfect. Okay. Cool. It's working exactly as expected. The other thing I want to tackle, maybe in this video, um, is that we don't have an animation for the double jump, even though we have art for it. So if I go to art, main characters, mask dude, see we have some double jump art for this character. So let me see if Gemini recommends we tackle this real quick. Oh, I followed those two steps and now it is working perfectly. Before we move on, I just noticed that we forgot to animate the double jump functionality, even though we have some art for it. Should we animate the double jump or add animations for the double jump feature? All right, Gemini says we should. So for steps, if you want to take a quick look, you can pause it. All right, now I'll go ahead and follow these steps. So first of all, select the double jump sprite sheet in the project window, and we're gonna change the pixels per unit to 32. Um, filter mode is point, no filter. Compression is none. Click apply. Applied. Now we're gonna open the sprite editor, slice by grid cell size, grid by cell size. 32, 32. And click slice and then apply. All right, all done. Step 2, create the animation clip. So open, select the player in the hierarchy. All done. Open the animation window. Why not just drag and drop instead of following these steps? Might be easier. So just drag and drop and go to the animations folder, animations, and select create new clip, name it mask dude underscore double jump. Save it. Cool. Now step 3 is configure the animator. So open the animator window, animation, animator. All right. How do you move this? Like drag and move, you know what I'm saying? Like there's no move tool that I can find that like for example over here you have this hand tool, but in the animator you don't, so you can just like arrow keys do nothing. Okay, I guess you click on A and it kind of makes it look decent, puts everything in the in the space. Anyway, so step 3, configure the animator. We are in the animator window. In the parameters tab, add a new trigger. Parameters, add a new trigger. Name it double jump. So click here, add trigger, name it double jump. Right click any state node, any state, and there's only one option, make transition, and take it to double jump right there. Done, done, done. And now just click transition arrow. So click this one. And has exit time is unchecked. Okay, so transition duration should be 0. Open up settings and transition duration is in there. So set this to 0. Conditions is add double jump trigger. Done. So plus button, then select double jump. And the note in this step is make sure you have a transition from master double jump back to your fall or idle state based on your vertical velocity, just like your standard jump. So this is this step right here, just like your standard jump. So let's see how we did it. Standard jump. Let me just move this a little bit over here. So standard jump goes from any state to standard jump and then back to idle. So we're going to do the same thing. Um, Make transition, right click, make transition and back to idle. And how did we do this transition? So is grounded is true, sets it back to idle. So we're going to do the same thing here. Transition duration becomes 0. And anything else we got to change? Doesn't. Exit time also 0, 0, 0. And what else? Just have to add that is grounded equals true. So is grounded is true. That's when you transition back to idle. And has exit time on check. Cool. Da, da, da. All right, so all done with step 3. Now update your code. So open your player controller script and in your on jump method, add the trigger exactly where the midair jump physics are applied. Going back to our scripts, player controller. So let me just read this warning real quick. Asset player transition any state to mask do double jump. Any state to double jump or double jump. Okay, never mind. Doesn't have an exit time or any condition. I think we added condition right there. So we can ignore it for now. And just open up player controller. And let's see, you guys can see the code, I hope. We'll just do increase font size there. On jump. Let me go to on jump. On jump. And what are we adding? Has double jump unlocked. Trigger the double jump animation. So this is the part we are adding in there. If animation is not equal to null, animation dot set trigger double jump. So let's just add this in here. Save it. And go back to Unity. Okay. So it's all compiled. Let's see if it's now animated. Doesn't seem like it's doing any animation there. Ah, weird. Why is there no animation? Uh-oh. Any state to double jump. Let's see. Did we skip any step? Da, 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 da. What does that animation look like? Can I? Mass dude, double jump, jump, run, idle, fall, double jump. Okay, let's open it up. I play it. What is going on with this animation? Um, what about like any of the other ones? Can I? Why can I not play? Anyway, well, what did we mess up there? Let's see. We got sidetracked, and now we're kind of stuck until this is fixed. Hopefully, I'll be quick with it. Preview. Why can I not preview it? Why can I not click on it either? Anyway, da, 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 da. We're in the trophy. Why are we in the trophy? Animations, player. Any state to mass do double jump. Would it go from any state to double jump, or could it go from any state to, or could it go from jump to double jump? Is my question there. All right, all right, all right. Step one of we've done pretty much everything there. Step two, create the animation clip. So this is where we didn't do what it told us to do and instead just did the drag and drop for the feet there. Maybe if I go from do speed of 3 and see if that helps in any way. Doesn't seem like it did. Hmm. Go back to Gemini, I guess. Any state to mass do double jump. Okay, let's see what's going on. So Let me show Gemini the screenshot. So grabbing a screenshot from any state to master double jump. And now another one from double jump to idle. And our script also maybe. Not sure what's going wrong. I have on as instructed, but the double jump animation is not working. Pasting the script in here as well. I'm not sure what happened, but when I tried pasting the code, it froze up, so I had to reload the tab, and I'm gonna just do screenshot of the code instead of pasting the code. So not sure what happened, but the double jump animation is not working. And do I want to attach? Nah, should be fine. Let's see if Gemini can figure it out. The code is fine. Trigger is firing exactly when it should. Issue is entirely inside the animator. Okay. Because your normal jump state is connected to any state, the animator is constantly evaluating that rule every single frame. When you perform a double jump, your script applies the jump force immediately, setting your vertical velocity to a positive number. On the very next frame, the animator sees that y velocity is more than 0 is true. So as the condition for the normal jump is met, it instantly rips the player out of mass to double jump and snaps them back into the normal jump state before you even get to see the first frame of the flip. So flip fix is clean up the state machine. To fix this, we need to stop relying on any state for your standard vertical movements, as it causes continuous physics states to constantly override each other, disconnect normal jump and fall away. Step one is disconnect normal jump and fall from any state. So delete the transition from any state to master jump and press delete. Do the exact same from any state to master fall. Really, really. I don't like don't like the suggestions, but I'll go ahead and try it. Okay. Click the wide transition arrow pointing from any state to master jump and press delete. So any state to jump, this one. Okay, let's do it. Let's try it. So deleted the any state to master jump. The same thing for the transition arrow pointing from any state to mastered fall. So this one. I don't like doing this, but and because the reason is because I was thinking like to trigger the animation it should go from master jump to master double jump. But anyway, let's see what Gemini is suggesting here. Right click, mask dude, idle, and select make transition. And click on mask dude jump. So going from idle to jump. Okay. And in the inspector, uncheck has exit time. Mask dude idle to jump, has exit time is unchecked. And transition duration should be 0. Set the condition to whatever the normal jump condition was. So y velocity is more than 0.1. Yo, I don't remember what the conditions were, so you should have told that earlier. No. Okay, so from here to master jump, what was the condition? Greater than 0.1. Okay, is grounded as false, and y velocity is greater than 0.1. And it's just not. Let me just do this first. From idle to jump, make transition, and this the has exit time unchecked. Transition duration is 0. Add the conditions is grounded equals true or false, right? False because you can't be grounded. And y velocity is greater than 0.1. Is that the state we were looking for? Is grounded as false. Y velocity is greater than 0.1. So now we can delete this. And see, this just seems like a tedious solution it's giving me. So let me challenge this because I don't like making all these changes now. I'm just gonna delete this. Okay. What was I even doing at this point? Alright, I'll just get a bunch of control Z's and control Y's until everything we added disappeared. So let's just make sure everything looks okay. Okay, yeah, jump animation is still fine. So let me challenge the solution it provided. This seems like we're messing up everything we created earlier. Wouldn't a better solution be to have the transition arrow go from jump to double jump and do it that way instead of any state to double jump, which is causing us to get rid of all the arrows created earlier. Now let's see what it says. So it gave me some logic that kind of makes sense here. So saying that we could route it the way I wanted it to, so going from jump to double jump. Um, but we would still have to deal with any state to master jump arrow because of how Unity evaluates that specific node. Any state literally means it's watching every single state at all times. If your any state to master jump transition relies purely on the condition y velocity is more than 0, it will hijack your new setup too. So if this is the case, the exact millisecond you press the double jump button, your vertical velocity goes up, the animator instantly sees y velocity is more than 0, assumes you want the standard jump, and rips you out of the double jump animation on frame 1. So if that's the case, we're just gonna follow what it told us earlier. And so yeah, let's give this another go. So we're gonna do animator. Where is the player? Here. Okay. So what we need to do is go from idle to our jump. So we go from idle, make transition to jump. We're doing a little bit of out of order first because we have to reference the conditions for the items we're going to delete. So we're doing these first, and then we're going to delete the stuff prior from step one. So going from idle to mass do jump, our has exit time needs to be unchecked, and transition duration should be 0. Conditions again, once again, is grounded is false, and y velocity is greater than 0.1. And now we can delete any state to jump, which also has the same conditions. No exit time, transition duration is 0. Okay, so I'm going to delete this. Any state to mass do jump. And then we're going to, for the fall one, right click mass do run. Right click mass do run. Mass do run, make transition. And it goes to jump. And we're going to do the exact same conditions. This is tedious work. I don't like it, but um, has exit time unchecked. Transition duration is 0. And our conditions should be um, condition should be is running or is grounded equals false. So same as the other one, is grounded equals false, and y velocity is greater than 0.1. And so now let's go back to step one and delete the stuff we need to delete. So click on the Y transition arrow pointing from any state to mass do jump. We deleted that one. Do the exact same thing from any state to mass do fall. Mass do fall, so delete this one. Okay. And leave any state to mass do double jump exactly as it is. So we're leaving that as is. To be finished, step 2, right click, mass do run. Select make transition and click on mass do jump. And add the exact same conditions and uncheck has exit time. So that's done. So step 2 is also done. Step 3 is route the fall state. So right click mass do jump and click make transition to mass do fall. Okay. Set the condition to y velocity is less than 0.1. So click on the arrow, uncheck has exit time. Transition duration should be 0. And condition should be y velocity is less than negative 0.1. So then you go from jump to fall. Okay, so now let's go ahead and see what happens. Okay, so everything still looks normal. It's jumping, it's falling, jumping, falling, jumping, falling. Animations look good. Pick up the double jump. Now, let's see. Moment of truth. Boom. That is pretty sick. Nice. I like it. I like it. So, only thing is I'm gonna change the speed back to maybe Let's try two, but I might change it back to one even. See what the two looks like. What about one? Too slow. Two maybe. Two looks good. Three. Yeah, that looks like a wheel. Two looks good to me, so I'll stick with two. And I think we're gonna leave this video at this stage. We fixed our double jump, fixed our platform. We can now step on the platform. We gotta fix these problems we have when we cross our oranges with these flickers. So, but anyway, our game is looking pretty solid, guys. And I'll see you on the next video. Alrighty, take care.